Hi all. Right, back with more Enemy Action Kharkov, Soviet Soul Take 2 Part 87, I think. Yeah. I've just put Part 86 together. I haven't uploaded it yet, just uploaded 85. It was a bit messy, wasn't it? And I'm not so sure my fix was explained in the best kind of way. I understood it, but whether anybody else did or not, I don't know. Okay, I posted my question on BGG regarding the retreat of these units. Of this unit, sorry. However, I think I've misread one of the priorities, but I thought I went through them, so I might need to put a bit in the comments because some of you might pick up on this. So let's just look at this again. These were in here. This was in here being attacked. Well, okay, we'll leave it on its one strength side. It does take a step loss. It doesn't matter where it moves, it's taking a step loss. But I thought I went through the priorities here. So here are its three options. Hex not an enemy zone of control. So they're all in enemy zone of control. Hex in enemy zone of control, occupied by a friendly supplied unit. There's none of them. Now, this... yeah. No, I've not, have I? I haven't. I was thinking by moving here, and although it's surrounded, he is still tracing supply, which is the next one. Unoccupied hex in enemy zone of control and friendly supply. But each one of these hexes are in friendly supply, aren't they? They can all trace off this map edge, and even if he's in there, he can still trace through that unit in a way. Okay. So... Right, so, well, I was right there then. I thought maybe this was the only one that was going to be able to trace supply, but that's not the case. Yeah, I did think I went through it. Okay, I've had two replies. Tom Castle says, basically, sometimes you've got to not read the rules by law and just use common sense. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tom, but this is a very detailed game with an AI that's very intricate, as you well know, and like I say, probably the most complex AI I've ever operated. Now, I haven't done probably half as much board game and word gaming as you guys, but it's certainly, yeah, I mean, that's what the appeal is to me. Now, I tried to play it and it's over there on the table. Of course, I don't know if you're watching this as well, Tom, but I may make a response to your comment. Empire of the Sun over there, it has a bot built in, Erasmus. That's nothing like this. You've got to do things, you've got to do so much by yourself over there. And yeah, I get what you're saying, common sense. I'm assuming you mean that by common sense I should not move into a surrounded hex and I should move into a dangerous surrounded hex. Rules as written say do not move into a dangerous surrounded hex. They don't say don't move into a surrounded hex, but I get what you're saying. I get it. It makes more sense moving into one of these hexes than it does into here. So yeah, no, I'd like more than that, I'm afraid. So hopefully might get a comment from Martin, and better still, Mr. Butterfield. Now, he may well come along and say the same thing as Tom. He might say, yeah, sometimes you've got to just use common sense for that. I'm not so sure he will, because he's the designer of this game. He's wrote all these rules. I think he would more than likely take something on board that, yeah, okay, you shouldn't move into surround. We will maybe errata that or something. Maybe add that to the errata. I think so. But I also got another response from Michael Fisher, I think, which I read wrongly at first, because my question was, do you move into the surrounded hex? And his reply is, the intent of the rules says very very loudly, no. That was his reply. Well, I've asked him to point me to that in the rules, because I had another little glance thinking that maybe within movement it avoided you moving into surrounded hex. Maybe I am missing something simple. Although Tom's not suggested that. He's just said use common sense. So I don't know. I've had to ask him. To refer. Can he refer me to where he's read this in the rules? It says it implies that no, you would never move into a surrounded hex. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't feel right, does it? It doesn't feel right. And I think if you look at the German advance restrictions, you'll see that a unit will advance. This is the German advance restrictions. Unit will advance into surrounded hex only a VP hex, or to cause Soviet unit to become surrounded, or from turn 5 onwards if hex is not in Soviet support. So I mean, you know what? This hex isn't in Soviet support. So does he care retreating into a surrounded hex? Maybe it's not. It's not in Soviet support. I don't know. I mean, that's I don't know. I don't see it in the rules, but it could. It's not the first time I've been pointing to a rule and then I've said, oh yeah, there it's right there. So don't get me wrong. I'm just asking for where is it? Where does it say? And would Tom not have told me that as well? Would he not have said it says in the rules, blah blah blah? He's just said use common sense, which like I say, I get. So I'm not sure yet. I'm going to leave it like this, because the way I see the rules, that's how it would end. That he would retreat into here. So I'll wait and see if we get something better back, or some pointer in the rules that tells me, you don't move in there. It clearly says it there, Grant. Okay, so, there's a German impulse coming up, so that kind of worries me, because if it does affect things over here, then I'm going to have to make a definite decision, haven't I? Yeah, I was just about ready to move on there, and I thought I'd explain where Ramon's other comment came from, and how I didn't think about this, I don't know. I think it's better, I think it's safer, and things have moved on far enough to maybe just leave this, because there was 2 units stacked here. And I think this is still one of the 2 that were there, because my guess is that he's... could it have been he had surround Ramon? Let me go and look. I mean, I thought... Yeah, could it not be that he was surrounding the stack? Hang on. Okay, I've been looking back for some time now, and I can't actually see... There was 2 stacks of units in here, and they weren't surrounded at the time. Obviously, you can see this unit can't move away just now, because it's going to leave this stack unsurrounded. But that wasn't the case at the time. And Ramon's comment was, like I say, I moved... I don't know which unit it was. It was one of the guys that are up here now. There was 2 of them stacked here, and I'd actually noticed the error myself and had to go back and fix it, because at the time this was empty. No, sorry, this was my own. It was Soviet owned, but I had no unit in it, because I'd retreated the unit out. So when it came round to activate second SS, they should have looked at action step 2, which is moved to VP hex. No, sorry, not action step 2. Action step 6, which is moved to a hex. Now, hang on, this was actions between 5 and 7 turn, wasn't it? Yeah, action step 6, move proximate to empty Soviet VP hex if not already proximate. And I realised looking back, and I spotted this one myself, that I could move this unit 1, 2 braking zone of control, 3, 4, 5 into there, and then he was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He was going to be proximate to which was an empty Soviet VP hex. So I backed that up and I moved the unit into there, and like Ramon's just commented that, like I say, he's still back watching. I think this was in episode 75, I think he made the comment. Might have been earlier than that. Would that unit not have done the same? And I think he's right. I think it would have done, because it could have still looked and tried to move towards a VP hex that it could get proximate to. And I thought, like I say, it might have been breaking surround of a unit, or it might have been enabling a German unit to be in dangerous surround. But that wasn't the case, because I think there was a unit in here, and I thought, could he have been in dangerous surround? But I can't see it. I don't see there being an issue with both of the units having moved back. It's unfortunately one of the things I can't really fix now, because I can't move this unit into here now, because like I've just said, this guy would then be out of surround, and this unit would have moved on. It's one of the things, and I know, you're maybe saying, well, you just fixed this one up here, Grant, which was back in part 59, but there's certain things you just have to let go. I mean, I can't retreat to the part where I then need to move him. I'd have to wipe out so many videos. Like I say, if that's 75 he's watching, this is 87 I'm recording, so it's too much, unfortunately. So I will just need to let it go. But I'm glad you brought up, Ramon, because I like to see these things in the comments, so that people can see that and they spot it as well, and it's been brought to attention. And some people maybe learning the game would say, oh, why did that unit not move as well? And you've got the comment there that says, look, it should have done. And I've acknowledged that fact. But unfortunately, again, you'll need to keep more up to speed, Ramon. No, I can't obviously insist on people doing that. Some things they're going to get through. There's no denying that. Don't feel like any majors happened recently, but that's not to say it hasn't, because I've got a part still to put out there yet, and now we're recording this one. Okay, so keep bringing them up by all means, and I'll talk about them. If I can fix it, I will surely fix it, no matter who it benefits. If I can fix it, I'll fix it. Okay, right, let's move on and get a German impulse going. Okay, German impulse, here we go. 57 core Kampfgruppe card. Deploy all 57 core, there is none. There's just a couple of 48 core units being brought across from the eliminated. So what are we doing? There's air interdiction again. They've got quite a lot of it, haven't they? That's on quite a lot of cards. Surely they're going to do something. They're going to do something not nice. So it's Kampfgruppe though. I still think they're going to do something not nice. Right, so activate the 57 Panzer Corps unit. The most 57 Panzer Corps units went 2x radius, and all units stacked with those units. Okay, so zooming right out, we've got 2 here, so that would be a Kampfgruppe activation of 2. I think he was stacked in there at some point, wasn't he? He moved out. So there's just 2 there. Now we've got, just looking up the top here, we've got 1. Oh no, there's another one. There's another one under the 48th Corps there. But he would activate them, but the check is the most 57 core units first, and then it would activate units stacked with it. So that's only one. That's only one. This one down here is 2. I'll tell you what, it might end up being this one. Oh no, this one's got 3, yeah. So yeah, when I seen it at first, and I thought if it was a full activation, then look at this, this was going to be in trouble. Well, this might still well be in trouble. So this picks up 3 of them. This would only pick up the 2 again. So camp group's going to go in there and activate these 3 units. Right, there's nothing stacked with them, so that's a plus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to do something. I don't think we're going to get to air interdictions stage again. Okay, so action steps. If behind Soviet lines, well, no, they can all trace. Supply, yes. This guy here, 1, yeah, because I remember I deployed these quite recently, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because as long as on this road can go up to here in this junction and then take a left, and then away they go. So all good, right. Move to VP Hex. Well, there's no. This does mean if we do get down to this level, this guy could get proximate to this VP Hex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't reach it straight off. So it'd only move to a German VP Hex if it was empty. And then we would become proximate after the move. No, there's none of that. No. So well, actually we're going to draw some action cards, aren't we, now? Yeah, so there's no moving to VPX. Right, draw 2 action cards. Right, here we go. Okay, there's Major Offensive. Well, maybe not with the biggest core, but remember it does some wicked things, doesn't it? So 6, and then Pincer Attack as well. Right, we'll just put that there and we'll have a look. So, Major Offensive. 6 unit strength of active units, stack, and other active units right from the start. And then once it gets its weakest target, non-active proximate units and the lead unit's army join attack. Well, these 2 could well join the attack. There could be some second SS from down there, and possibly, well, maybe not, because I think he'd be breaking surround, so maybe not this guy. And this guy would also be breaking surround. So, yeah, and I think we're looking at the VP town right in the middle, probably. So we're looking at ascending order, and we're looking for the weakest target, and we're looking at 9 strength against, well, right away, it gets a minus, now, hang on. What's the value of the card? Value of the card's a 2. We've got the Major Offensive, which adds a -1. This guy's not in support, gets a -1. So he's a 1. He's a 1, okay? So there's no weaker than that, but we could get the same as that, possibly. He wasn't getting any posses, he's not adjacent to anybody or any of that. So we are looking at unit 2, who would be the wage unit. So let's just zoom things out here a bit and see if there's any potential to go elsewhere. I wouldn't have thought so. There's no point looking in this. You know, we're looking for something that it's got to be a 1 to match it. This guy here is not a 1 because he is in support. So he's only getting a -1. So he's actually a 2. If they could all get down there, that's possible. So he's a 2. He's a 1. Yeah, I'm not so sure we need to be looking. Actually, the guy up at the city, don't think Unit 2 can get across here because it's having to cross. So it'd be, yeah, it's 2 for him to cross the river, isn't it? No. I'm looking at Minor River, sorry. Yeah, it is 2 for him to cross the river, yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3 into there, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, can't get up to this guy. I mean, we're using Unit 2. That, well, actually, I don't think he can either, to be honest. Okay, he can. Unit 4 could, but we're considering the lead Unit 2. This is his weakest target that he can reach. And all of the other active units, yeah, don't think we're going any further than that, to be honest. Yeah, let's not mess about. I mean, this is a 1. They're going to bring 9 to 1 strength. They only need 3 to 1. So, action. All active units proximate to qualifying target, move adjacent to target and attack. And like I said, it was looking for weakest. This happens to be a VP hex as well, also, which is the next preference. Right, we do that first, and then we look at non-active proximate units and lead units army to join the attack. So the lead unit moves first, and we want 10.54. I know I shouldn't be needing to look at it, but I like to maybe just killing time. Just so, which hex is he going to go for? I mean, he could probably get to quite a few, couldn't he? Well, they're all empty. I'm not going to start putting cubes down just now, anyway. So, well, but the priority is surround. Now, I think he's already surrounded, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he? Let's get zoomed in a little bit, right? Get things along a bit. Yeah, I think this guy is already surrounded, isn't he? Zoc. Yes, he has. So he's already surrounded, so we're not trying to do that. And then a hex not adjacent to a German unit, adjacent to the same Soviet unit. Well, all of them would not be any of them, so that's fine. Move on. Empty hex, they're all empty. Hex occupied, no. So it's most movement points to reach. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Well, this is 1, obviously. This would be 3, so there's a starter there. Now, can he get... What did I say? It's 2 across there. That's 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 to reach. Yeah, we'll use a wee dice grant. That's a good idea. So 1 to there, 3 to there, 5 to there, right? Can he expend a full 6, maybe going round the back? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 into there, 4, 5, yeah. So that would be, that would be 5 as well. So I suppose we are going to bring it down to that, aren't we? Is that right? Yeah, we're just going to have to tie break between the two then. So tie break would be... Now, what's the bit about supply? A hex that enables an German unit to trace supply. Well, no, because we already looked and... Did I not check supply? Already? Just recently? Why was I looking at it? Oh yeah, it was in case they were behind Soviet lines. So yeah, all these can trace supply. There's no issues there. So it's going to be a lowest numbered hex, which is going to be 0910 rather than that one. So he is going to go 1, 2, 3 over the Donetsk River into clear hex. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 into here. Right, okay. And yeah, that's why we leave cubes behind. Just to double check. Now, the movement restrictions are now eased, obviously, without needing to care. Well, twofold, really, without needing to care about ending in dangerous round. However, all these attack action cards seem to allow you ending in dangerous round anyway. But the other one that generally need to look at is don't cause any German unit in a hex in Soviet support to be put in dangerous surround. Well, we're not in Soviet support. We don't have a support marker up here. The Soviet support line's down here. So even if any of these guys were being put in dangerous surround, this guy's outside the Soviet support as well. If for some reason he was, or this guy, we don't care. So the two, if you're looking outside Soviet support, really, in all honesty, the two are the obvious one about don't cause Soviet proximity, empty or garrisoned German VP hex, and the other one, which is pretty easy to see, is don't cause surrounded Soviet unit to be unsurrounded. So, yeah, actually, the supports, once support's not there, it actually makes things easier for us. I say it makes it easier for me to be able to operate the AI anyway, for sure. So he is not. Okay. Right, can you see the obvious blunder there then? I'm just about to say he is not causing a Soviet unit to become unsurrounded. Well, you know what, Grant? He is. Right, so we were there, right, and we want to move there, and we've already just said that this unit's surrounded. Well, if I move there, then this guy can move into this hex. He's not surrounded anymore. So, there you go. Well, I spotted it, okay? It made me look a bit silly. I get you there. But I spotted it, okay? Eventually. Just in time. Right, so that one's not any good. Was the other one any good then? That looks better. So that was a 5 and that was a 5. Movement points, yeah? So let's just say moves there. Is the unit surrounded still now? Zok. Yes, he is. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just, simple wee thing like that could have maybe caught me out there. See, when you're not adjacent and it's not clear, like, it's clear, right? It's clear that these units in here are surrounded. They've got a unit at either side of them. It's clear that these are surrounded. They've got a unit at either side of them. This one was like, you would have to, I had to look and check. Okay, some of you probably can see that easier than me. But when they're not up adjacent, it's not as easy to sort of say, oh, okay, he's in surround, or he was in surround, and you've just removed that surround, as I did there, by moving there. Okay. Right, well, we got it. Okay, we got it. Right, so who would be next? So that's us done the lead unit. So now we're looking at the active units in ascending order. So we've got unit 3 here first and then unit 4. So unit 3 is going to move adjacent as well. Right, where's he going to go then? Yeah, okay, he was struggling a bit more to find the hex. Obviously, you can go 1 and then 2, 3, 4 into here. And he can get in here as well, but remember when it comes to... And remember, the unit's surrounded, so we're not... That preference is out of the way. Second preference is not occupied by or adjacent to a Soviet, German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. But then preference C is empty hex. So that's why I don't look at this one. That's why we're looking at that one. However, this one round here, doesn't matter about the movement points or not, but it is not occupied by or adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. So that's the hex we go to. And if you're wondering how he's getting there, he's coming around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 in there. Right, but hold on, is he though? Oh yeah, he'll be fine this time because I can definitely see he's around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And like I say, that wasn't based on the most movement points there. That was based on preference B, which is... Where am I here? Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong bit. A hex not... Well, the rewording of it is a hex not occupied by or adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. So that is not... And that one would have been adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. Okay. Right, and then Unit 4. Right, well, where can you go? Right, I think that says 3 possibilities there. You can't get around in here because zone of control from this unit, and he can't get around into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'd be 1, 2, and another 1, so it'd be 7 to get in there. Can't get right round to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, you can see both these are occupied by a German unit adjacent to same Soviet unit. This would be adjacent to German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit, but it's an empty hex. So as long as we're not breaking any restrictions, which we are not, this guy's going to move in there. Okay, so that's our active units made their move. So now we need to, now we can consider some non-active proximate units in the lead unit's army. Army Grant, 4th Panzer Army. So we can look at any of them in ascending order to come and join this attack. They're still bound by the same restrictions. They can end their move in dangerous round though, going by the card. Yeah, okay, so maybe we just open up the picture a little bit here and see what's what. Well, like I've said, this guy, you know, he can, oh no, he can't actually. Yeah, well, he could break and then into there, but I'm pretty sure that is going to remove surround from this stack. Yeah, this stack could be able to move here if he moves in here, so he can't move. That also removes him whether he could get round or not, and it also removes him again whether he could get round or not. Yeah, so it kind of takes A3 out of the equation, and these are going to be, I want to say they're going to be too far away, but I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, these guys are too far away, so let's not look up there. We're not looking in there. Obviously, we're going to look here. This is a Rouse unit. Hang on, they are part of. Yeah, they're part of the 4th Panzer Army, aren't they? On active proximate units in lead units army join attack. Well, actually, I'm not sure that is correct. I mean, it talks about in the plane of the 4th Panzer Army card, and it says core Rouse units are considered part of 4th Panzer Army for this activation. That's only when you're using the 4th Panzer Army card. So they'd definitely not be considered with us then. I think it possibly is only use of the card. Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I'm glad I looked a bit more because I did kind of think that they were part. Yeah, on page 4 of the rules, it gives a description of the units, the corps and the armies, and it says German Army Detachment Kempf, and it says Corps Rouse, and it's got in brackets, considered part of the 4th Panzer Army for command purposes. And then it's got independent for deployment purposes. Considered part of 4th Panzer Army for command purposes. I think that does mean they're involved, doesn't it? I mean, it's coming through the major offensive car, but surely that would mean yeah, it feels like a daft question to ask, but I don't want to blunder this, so I might ask it. I'm not frightened to ask daft questions. Although, if they're clear in the rules, then you do feel a bit like when you get pointed to it in the rules. And Like if Michael comes back to me and says, yeah, it's right there on page blah blah blah, rule such and such. I'm like, okay, sorry. German Army Detachment 10th Corps Rouse, considered part of 4th Panzer Army for command purposes. I don't feel 100% sure about it, but I mean, I think they do. It feels like they should be, but of course, I could always ask a question after the fact, and because is that guy going to be allowed to move anyway? Well, you know what, he might be. I don't think he's going to leave this. I don't think he's going to leave me proximate to this anyway, so he might. Hang on. Okay, I'll be an asked daft question. Well, yeah, I think yes that they can, but I've thought that before, and I've thought things like that before. Sometimes the way things are written, is this an actual command? Is this I think it is. I think it is allowed. So, well, let's look at other units first, and then I might need to be taking a little break anyway. I can maybe kill some time, see if we get an answer. So what else could come and join? Well, we know these can. So looking in ascending order, here's the thing. This is selector number 4. Right, he can't reach, can he? 1, 2, 3, 4. But he could reach, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he could certainly reach. Like I've said, although he's in a VP hex, as long as he's not causing Soviet proximity to that empty VP hex, which I don't believe he will be, really. This guy can't reach. We've got nothing in the area. We've no mechanised units in the area. It's all infantry. This guy's trapped with this guy, so yeah, if he wasn't here, he wouldn't be able to do it. I don't see the reason why not. So that does mean you need to know the answer to your question, Grant, or make a decision for yourself for a change. Okay, well, it looks like he can move in if he's allowed. Who would be next? We've got 11, 12 and 13 down here. I think that's, in fact, let's forget about 12. It cannot get up there. 11 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so can't make it. Is that right? 1, 2, breaking zone of control. 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't make it. 13, however, is definitely going to make it, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can reach this hex only. Shouldn't we just move him then? Because if that's the only hex he can move to... hang on, we've got a 13 here as well. But he's from 2nd SS, so he's going to go first. So yeah, and he's not... what he is doing is putting this guy in dangerous around. He's not then, because that is in Soviet support still. Okay. See? Again, almost caught out. Because this guy is just inside the Soviet support line, and if I move that guy 1, 2, 3, 4 up into there, this guy here can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and surround that guy. So that is not allowed, because don't cause any German unit in hex in Soviet support to be put in dangerous round. Unless that unit is active and not yet acted. Well, it's not active, because even these units that are moving aren't active. They're non-active units. They're kind of like a big sort of reinforced battle from all directions. Okay, so it looks like he can't join either. So what about 13 and 18? They're the last two, I think. Yeah, surely. Yeah. Okay, so I'll move in a bit closer here. So 13, he's in a VP town as well, so he needs to be wary of that. But again, it doesn't look like he's opening up proximity. So it would be 1, 2 into there. Or you could go 1... you could go 1, 2 into there, couldn't you? Or could he go into here as well? Maybe not. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, he could. It's 1 extra to cross Donetsk River, clear hex for infantry. It's just 1, so that's 2, and then 2 into the woods. So they're the 3 hexes he could reach. Now the good thing about them is this core Rouse unit cannot reach any of them, can it? 4, 1, 2. In fact, he can only reach that hex. Did we not already say that, Grant? I think we did. So the core Rouse unit can reach there. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get in there. So yeah, core Rouse can only reach there if he's allowed to join. And this was for what, unit 13? Yeah. So where would he go? So yeah, the fact that core Rouse unit's going there, that doesn't interfere with that. Well, it won't go there because that's occupied. These are 2 empty hexes. The unit is surrounded anyway, isn't it? Yeah. Right, give me a sec. So most movement points, oh, they're both 2. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Do we have supply issues? No. Oh, wait. This guy actually might have, but I don't know, maybe not. But I can't really... Oh yeah, I maybe could. No, I can't. Oh yeah, I maybe could. If I moved into that hex. Right, can he trace supply? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's fine. They're fine, they're fine. So no supply issue, so lowest numbered hex. So that's going to be this one. So let's just see, like I say, 1, 2 into there. Now he is coming away from he's leaving an empty VP hex, but I'm not leaving any proximate to it. So as long as I'm not leaving, don't cause so much proximity to enter garrison German VP hex. Doesn't care about moving into the surround. Also doesn't care about putting any other units in surround up in this area because it's out of support. So yes. Right, and then unit 18. 1, 2. Well, actually, you can reach here and here, which is the empty hexes that are left. This would actually cost them 3 to move into. This would cost 1, 2, 3, 4 to move into. So I think that's the deciding factor, isn't it? Movement points. Is that right? 1 across the Donetsk, 2 into the woods, so that's 3 movement. Or 1, 2, 1 across the Donetsk. Yeah, okay. So he's going to move to there from there. Which again seems fine. Not opening up proximity to anything and not leaving a unit, you know, not unsurrounding a Soviet unit or anything like that. And yeah, okay, right, well, I suppose we do need to know if this guy's coming to join the party now before we go on. Hopefully I get a quick response. It's not a bad time of the night for it, I think. It's well, I know I'm in a different time zone from America and the likes, but it's not all across there. And to be honest, I think I've noticed John Butterfield coming in quite a lot around this sort of time period. And what time period is this, Grant? Well, I think it's about 6ish. It might be later actually now, because I've been. Yeah, it's 7:15 in the evening. So, well, here anyway. We just need to sit and twiddle our thumbs for a wee while. Well, the thing with this is all that's going to happen. Oh, wait a minute, Grant. Did you remember what the major offensive card did? If target eliminated / dispersed, conduct another activation with the same command card after current activation. Absolutely brutal. So, and the thing with this one is, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen in here, because look at them, they're all within 2 of each other, so it's going to be a Kampf group of 5 units if it does happen. And yeah, I mean 3, 6, 8, 11, 12 against 3, 4-1 odds. We're surrounded, we are in a town. So we get to soak up a hit there, but I mean our retreat is, we do have a retreat hex. Yeah, because the Rouse unit could only go there, and these units couldn't reach that anyway, so it's not. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there was never going to be enough units to fill them all, was there? So I do have a retreat, so it'd be like retreat, take a step loss. And then I'm allowed to retreat in a... I don't think you're allowed to, are you? Retreat into an enemy town. Is there no some unless there's no other... Well, I mean, there is other options, but it's in our step loss. Retreat. I think I need to look in the rule book for this. Hang on. Yeah, prohibited retreats, page 33, 13.61. A unit can't retreat into an unoccupied enemy town or city hex. So there you go. So I'm going to have to go retreat, and both my retreats are going to take a step loss. So in actual fact, I'm better just sitting where I am. So that means D3 to eliminate me. But it'd be D3 anyway, because it'd be 1 for the town. Then retreat, take a step loss. Retreat, eliminated. D3. Yeah. Yeah, not looking good, is it? No. Right, well, let me set things up to start the attack, and if I don't get a reply, to be honest, I could pause just now anyway, because there's some other things I could do with doing. Okay, well, let's work out some things. Like I say, we can always chuck this guy in if we find that he is allowed. So we've satisfied the situation. All active units have moved. All non-active proximate units in the lead units army have joined the attack. Maybe apart from this one yet, but we will bring him in. May and move in dangerous round. If greater than or equal to 6 steps, yeah, that'll be happening. And they're going to break off at A4. And then, like I've just said, if target eliminated, disperse, conduct another activation with same command card after current activation. So, yeah, we need to get real lucky, basically. So, and then combat tactics. Well, let's get odds. Well, the thing is, if he comes in, it's going to add another 1, isn't it? So 2, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's either 12 to 3 or it's going to be 15 to 3. Oh, wait a minute. Engineers. That's going to add as well, isn't it? So engineers adds another 2, doesn't it? Even the fact it's in a town, I don't think it matters, does it? It says remove an IP marker from the defender if present prior to resolving combat. If no IP is present, instead add 2 to the attacker's combat strength. The defender may not play combat engineers. Well, we're not going to play any combat tactics for multiple reasons. One, we're out of support. The other one, they're playing intelligence as well. So he actually gets an extra 2, so that would be 2, 4, 7, 10, 11, 14 to 3. well, that's not so brutal then, because it's only up in the odds. So it's either going to be 14 or 17 to 3. So, and then 14 to 3 is still 41, isn't it? Yeah, it's just one short. It's usually the sort of odds I was getting all the time, but I know I've just been moaning too much about it. Martin posted some comment about how brutal he's finding it as well, and if you read the comment, he must have been my latest part. He's mentioned what he just surrounded Kharkov, I think. Playing as the Soviets, Germans must have got Kharkov. He surrounded it, put it out of supply, and I think they've just then pulled an air supply card and taken it back out of supply. And you're like, must deflate you that, you know? It's like, and then there's something else they mentioned as well. Yeah, some of the cards that they're drawing were just a brutal combination of cards coming along. Okay, so it's 4-1. That could possibly be 5-1. That's engineers. Intelligence. Right, on the attack. So the German command card is considered to be a 5. Well, it's not to start with. It's only a 2, so that bit doesn't come into it. Can't play Soviet combat tactics. Right, okay. If the printed German CV is 4 or 5, increase Soviet hits by 1. Well, it's not. And then if not in Soviet support, disregard the first hit. So they are going to disregard the first hit, and their command card's a 5. And they're going to draw how many chits in? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And again, this will be increased by 1 if this guy joins in. So 5, 1 for intelligence, 1 for engineers, so that's 7. And we still need to draw a combat tactic. Oh, goody. Right, well, we might as well kill some more time by doing that as well, and then we can just set it up to the point where, and then either make a decision ourselves, or hopefully somebody's come and told us what to do. Okay, so what did we get? Third core screen, defense only. Result. Another air interdiction. Right, so that doesn't count for them in any way whatsoever, so it just gets, and it doesn't shuffle in, it just gets discarded. So, something at last. Okay, so 4-1 and 7 chip pools, or 5-1 and 8 chip pools if that guy is allowed to come and join. And yeah, that's as far as I can now go without starting to draw chits. Well, I suppose I could technically start drawing some chits and we could work it out. I'll pause just now, go and have a wee look, see if I've got any response, and maybe just take a break for a bit if not. Right, okay, well, I've been on pause for quite some time. In fact, I just cut that part and uploaded it and, well, put it on the... Oh no, I didn't. I think it's still on the phone. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, I did get confirmation indeed. Tom Castle come back and then said he basically quoted what I'd read out to you, really, which yeah, I know, I thought it was, but he basically quoted the bit back. What did I say? It was page 4. I'm pretty sure that's the bit he quoted to me. German Army Detachment Kent, Corps Rau, considered part of 4th Panzer Army for command purposes, independent for deployment purposes. So yeah, I kind of figured, but you don't know, command purposes. I guess it was just my worry was that this major offensive, it's bringing in other units. I think I start thinking too much into things at times. So yeah, thanks for the confirmation, Tom. So yeah, we can get this guy in. So, and we left the cube there specifically so that he would go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 into here. Now, like we said, we did feel comfortable that he was okay about leaving. That's 2 victory point hexes being vacated. However, they are not proximate. We don't have a Soviet unit proximate to this or this. And there's no other restrictions broken. They don't care about being put in dangerous surrounds. you know, that's the one. I mean, if I could move into that, that would be breaking a restriction, but that's not the case. Yeah, okay, so basically it should be simple enough to just flip this to a 5 and this to an 8. 5 to 1 odds, 8 chip pools, right? I'm not going to count it all again because that's where we were. Now, I can't play a card either. So yeah, it's looking grim. We've only got infantry. We're in a town. Basically, D3 eliminates us. We're probably better just sitting there and taking it because, yeah, 8 chip pools. They're going to break off at what? Well, D3, which would eliminate us. A4, unlikely, I know, but or 8 chip pools, right? And there's a minimum of 2, so let's get the minimum 2. Okay. Yeah, poor start. Well, I don't know what I'm expecting here, to be honest. So German air power or Soviet not supported. I mean, it just says Soviet not supported. It doesn't talk about attack or anything. But we are not supported. So that's a hit to the Soviets and a negative hit to the Germans. So, and then 1.5 to 1, it is indeed. So we're sitting at D2 already. And they're sitting at nothing. And remember, they get to ignore a hit as well, don't they? So, yeah, it's looking exceedingly grim. I don't think I'm going to get 8 chip pools, but I'm going to draw them one at a time now. So here we go. Oh well, maybe we're drawing more. This was, it said city or attack not supported, and I was like, oh, we're not supported, but we're not attacking. So it's not a city, but it is a town. So we get a D-1. So they've kind of got to start, not start again, but we're sitting at D1. So keep going. No air power being played. That's German on one side, Soviet on the other side. So next. Yeah, 2 to 1. Not good again. So we're back up to D2, aren't we? We're sitting at A1, but again, they get to lose a hit as well. Right, I'll get the next one. Yuck. Oh well. Yeah, loads chits. I mean, I suppose they're sitting at 5 to 1, looking for chits that can just hit us rather than hit themselves. I've been there before as well, I suppose. So I think that's it, isn't it? D1, D2, D1. Right, but hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and then 1 away. So we're sitting at D3 and A2, aren't we? So D3 does eliminate us, doesn't it? We take 1 for the town, and we cannot satisfy the retreats because, like I say, we can't retreat into this town. So our first retreat has to be in there, taking a step loss, and our second retreat cannot be not in a zone of control. So we're going to have to take a step loss again. Well, this is a bit harsh, but yeah. So we're as well just sitting there. Well, yeah. And taking D3. Okay, so D3 and A2. Okay, so D3, A2. So yeah, soak up the time for 1 and then just sit there and take the 2 hits. We are gone. Another one bites the dust. Yep. And remember, that triggers the major offensive, so. Okay, that's our 3 hits taken care of. So, as for the Germans, right, they do, I just wanted to double check, they do reduce 1 for intelligence, isn't it? Because we were out of support, disregard the first hit, yeah. So, they disregard the first hit. They do, however, have to take 1 then. So, and that's going to be to the highest selector number, isn't it? Unit with most steps in the highest selector number. I think they're all 2 at the most, aren't they? Well, actually, yeah, we did have a 1. So, highest selector number is 13, isn't it? Yeah, this guy here. Yeah, so he takes the hit. And that's that satisfied. Now, advance after combat. So, in ascending order, we've got a 2 here. So, he's going to advance, take the town. He has to stop on taking the town, so he cannot advance the second hex. We lose the victory point. We're down to 17 now. Next advance is going to be Unit 3 here, which is mechanised also. Yeah, okay. So, and the first that applies a VP hex. Well, yeah, it's still a VP hex, isn't it? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it just says VP hex. Yeah. Is that not enough for you? Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to find there. I guess just because we've taken it, does it still count? Well, it just says VP hex, so to be honest, it's forward arrow anyway, right? So he advances into there. No, sorry, my bad. Somebody has already advanced into there, Grant. So we do need to roll dice. Yeah, we've got 1 unit already advanced, and it is a priority, the first priority VP hex. So it's a roll on a 1 to 6, he'll advance. Roll the 4, so he will indeed advance. Now he can look for a second hex. So he wants the hex with the highest chance of advance. And that is the forward arrow that way. So my guess is that's probably the highest chance. There's no other VP hexes. Nope. Hex enabling supply. No, I don't think that's an issue. Hex causing surround is not an issue. Forward direction. Okay, so that is going to be an auto advance for the second hex into there. For Unit 3. Unit 4 is advancing into a VP hex as well. So he will advance in a 1 to 6 because we've only got 1 unit already advanced into there. He rolls a 2, so he will advance as well. And then the highest chance of advance for this one, I think, might be here, because we got caught with this one before. I'll just try to make a bit more space there. Yeah, because... Right, hang on. Yeah, this is the forward arrow, but there's a unit already in there. So that's a roll of 1 to 6. However, adjacent to the forward arrow in this hex or this hex, well, actually, it could be this one too, couldn't it? This is the bit Martin was talking about, because we're not counting this. This guy hasn't actually advanced yet into this hex. So this counts as a 0 as well as this does. And the adjacent to forward direction, it's a 1 to 7 into both of these. So how do we break that down then? If they're both the same chance of advance, then I guess we tiebreakers, yeah? Lowest hex, so it'll be this one, I guess. We're not needing to enable supply or anything like that. So he's going to advance into here on a 1 to 7, adjacent to forward direction. No unit already advanced in the hex. Right. And he rolls a 1. So he does second hex advance into there. I'll put him down below because we'll need to have a look at this guy. And then, so 2, 3, that's 2, 3, and 4, isn't it? So then 4, Rouse units. I seem to remember seeing that they said they were the highest. Where did I read that? That's when I was searching for Rouse units. I think, well, you know what, I think, yeah. Well, hang on, I should be able to find that. There it is. Just to what you know on the record. Yeah, the feeling it was back here. Page 5, talking about unit selector numbers. In the event that you must select from units with the same selector, possible between units in different German corps or Soviet armies, select the unit in the lower numbered corps or army. Soviet Mobile Group Popov and German Corps Rouse are considered to be higher numbered for this purpose. So you have to select the lower numbered unit, which we did. We selected the 57 Corps and Rouse unit because they had a 4 on both of them. So he would have been picked first. Right, so now the Rouse unit was advancing a VP hex, so they will advance on a 1 to 6, isn't it? Unit already advanced into there. Yeah. He's rolled a 10 though, so he's not advancing. And then 18 and 20, well, they're going to do the same as the VP hex. So 18 on a 1 to 6. Rolls a 2. He is infantry, so he is going to stop in there. And then that means that 20 cannot advance because we've got 2 units already advanced. And we're done. Well, I say we're done. We're done with that bit, aren't we? I think I might need to just cut this here though. Yeah. That's advanced after combat. So everything's done there. It's just, and when I say cut, obviously we've got the major offensive situation where target eliminated, conduct another activation with same command card after current activation. Well, the activation's over now because we've no more units. If you remember, I can't it was the 3 mechanised units, weren't it? They were the active units. The rest got brought in with a major offensive. So we don't need to check anymore on a major offensive card, and also pincer attack because there's no units that are active anymore. We will tidy up all this. However, we will not be discarding the 57 Panzer Corps Kampfgut card just as of yet because we're going to do it all again. But I'll leave that for another part, I think, because I think we were at close to 50 minutes. So I think that's about an hour, so makes more sense cutting that just now. Couple of things to add just before I go. 'Cause I think that's probably me for the night. Unless we get a late night appearance. Oh, that's maybe not a good idea, is it? We'll see. I've got to go and eat first anyway. And I've not cooked. I'm cooking, so yeah. Right, Gran, what are you trying to deal with here? Yeah, just still a bit of debate about my advance into a surrounded hex here. Yeah, I think Martin was quite curious to know I wanted a picture. So I uploaded a picture. I know that you need to go and look at that if you've watched the video, obviously. Yeah, maybe it is an unusual occurrence and that, and he was kind of saying, well, it is possible that the unit could be more beneficial in a surrounded hex, but Yeah, Tom Castle seems kind of adamant. I'm not quite sure where he's going with us. So he's talking about priorities, and I mean I don't know. Something needs to be said. Martin's also added maybe there should be something in the tiebreakers or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's not written in the rules. Okay, I understand, Tom, what you're saying regarding common sense, but this game doesn't. It's not about common sense. Like you've mentioned there about suboptimal moves, and you're. I think what you're saying is this is not classed as that, but I don't know. I mean, why not? It's that's the rules say that it doesn't move in a hex that is in dangerous round. If that's the case, then yeah, something should be added. It should be said that in dangerous round or not in a surrounded hex or in dangerous round. And you know, just I'm sure that should be something that should be added. But anyway, hopefully Mr. Butterfield will come along and clear that one up. And yeah, I mean, I agree. It seems odd in this situation. I think Martin wanted the picture to see that if it was going to be more beneficial for the Germans. I mean, the thing is, we advanced. We then advanced out of the hex that was surrounding it. So, whether that was silly on my behalf or not, but maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to get away from there, basically. But not that I feel that it's going to matter an awful lot, I don't think. But, well, you never know. Right, well, we'll see. Maybe get up tomorrow and there'll be some more something more certain written down. But until then, we'll just wait. Hopefully nothing kind of happens here. But, I mean, yeah, okay. Right. Okay, well, I'll be back tomorrow, or you never know. Maybe later tonight. To carry out the second activation. And remember, we're not doing the whole card this time, we're only doing the activate. But as a Kampf group, and I think we're looking right in the right area, aren't we? Because this is going to grab 4 units. So, yeah, we do not need to look anywhere else. This is going to get the most units. What are they going to do? I don't know. They might be able to have a look at one of these stats. I can't remember what's in them. This is the one with the big 6 guy, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we'll find out later once we get back to it. Okay, so I'll cut this just now, and then what was this? Part 87, I think. And then I'll just start back part 88 with that and explain where we are, just in case somebody doesn't quite know. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Cheers.